how to approach prelims 2021. As situation is still not normal, and as you know, COVID is still there, and coachings are not open, and we are having basically online classes. Even test series are not offline, right? So how to proceed in such time? This is biggest question we have, right? So uh, we need to see first our stage state of preparation. Basically, I am targeting in this video students who haven't cleared prelims even at one time. Otherwise, if you have cleared prelims, the prelims will not be that much problem for you. At least you know the strategies. I will talk about those people at later stage, but first I will be discussing about students who didn't clear prelims yet, right? Not a single time. So what should we do first, right? There are two basic things what we should know, right? The first thing is conceptual clarity of static subjects. Second is current affairs portion. Now, under current affairs, also, we need to see the question pattern of UPSC, as UPSC is changing their pattern to ask the current affairs. So, we need to be very much selective in approach while we deal current affairs, as there is no end to current affairs, and a lot of content comes at daily basis, so you cannot obviously read all the current affairs whatever things are going on. So you need to be very selective in approach to read current affairs, and what should be our approach towards it, and how much time we should dedicate towards the current affairs. This we should know, right? Okay, so talking about the first thing, and the first thing is static subjects, right? So what you can do is firstly read books. I know this sounds like very cliche, like reading books, but actually you need to see how we can read books, because as per my understanding, basically students are not aware of basic concepts, right? And suppose if I say in history portion, everybody knows there is few books you should know, right? Spectrum book or NCRT book, fine. But what we do is, suppose I'm talking about the modern history, what we generally tend to do is we read only like 1857 to 1947, right? But the underlying themes like social reform movements and for example, education development under the British rule, or press development, or present movements, right? Or for example, tribal movements. So we do read it, but as this sounds very factual, so we are not able to memorize it, or we are not able to recall it during the examination hall, right? So how should we approach these portions, right? That's why I have taken the example, right? Reading books, but how to read books and what to read, right? So one basic understanding is about the books, the sources, right? So first identify books you need to read, right? And in your book list, NCRT should be there, right? Okay. So now I will give you a particular some scientific model of reading. With the help of a matrix approach, actually we can deal with book reading, right? How this will work basically, this matrix approach. Suppose as I said, there should be one section is NCRT, then some standard book, right? Then okay, I'm not taking current affairs for time being. Okay, NCRT standard books, right? And this will be here, this will be the subject. So how can you start with, suppose you started reading NCRT, right? And you read one topic, right? And same time read that topic from this standard book. Do not read word by word, right? If like read one book word by word, other book you need not to read word by word. You can read, like you can see, okay, these things I know, okay, these are the additional things, right? Likewise you can do, right? Okay, so this is one of the way you can sync your NCRTs with the standard books. This is one thing. You need to have the clarity in topics. Clarity is needed. Just for sake of reading, you should not read. You should read for clarity of topics, right? And you should read subject based on their taste, right? So for example, there is previous year questions, right? And if you are given 1-2 prelims, you are aware of like what are the patterns, like, and what are the topics, and what are the styles UPSC ask during the examination, okay? So based on that particular subject taste, you should read in that particular manner, right? Like I will take some another example. For example, economics is there, right? But the question is basically based on economic survey, right? And under economic survey, it's not needed to read word by word, but the economic survey mentioned concepts, and you need to link with your static book. Economic subject is not very vast, right? If you have conceptual clarity, because the taste of subject is like that, if you have conceptual clarity, economics is like 1 week task, and you will get clarity, right? So this is the taste of this subject. For example, if you are talking about the geography, so There are obviously physical geography, there are some concepts, then there are some facts related to in Indian geography. So what you need to do is first understand concepts of geography under physical geography, right? One thing one. And under Indian geography, actually some part also do cover under environment, right? For example, under environment, any book you are taking from market, like they will have something like different biomes, then they will be telling about you some forest types, right? Then they also deal about the soils. These things are basically covered under the geography also, right? So what I am trying to say is, if something which is covered under that particular subject, for example, some inter linkage is there, or same topic is covered in two different books, read it from one book. Otherwise, read it here. If you know the concepts, you can refer these books, right? So you can save your effort. Okay, this is how to read book. Now what should you do? Because it's Feb, right? So what you can do is allocate time to book reading. I think 1 week is sufficient for any subject. I will be mentioning about subjects also. This is modern history, this is art and culture, then suppose environment, economics, then okay, geography, then economy, polity, yeah, polity is there, right? Science and tech, not I didn't mention, because basically you cover from the current affair, but still you should know about concepts of science and tech, right? So what you can do is 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week, 6 week. 6 week time is needed. 6 week is not more than 40 days. Suppose 42 days. Just keep 42 days for reading. Still in at the end of March, you have done basic readings, and that will enhance your enhance your confidence. Then you start with, if suppose you want to read current, you are not regular reader of the monthly current affair magazines, then you can opt for there. At that time there will be some programs like compilations of PT65 type of booklets. So any good booklet you can take and you can read. Okay, just allocate some time, like 10 days, just read. I think you will able to finish all the PT65 booklets in 10 days to 15 days, right? And start after 15 March, sorry, after 15 March, no, from April 15 April or 10th April onwards, start solving papers. Okay, daily solve one paper, analyze it along with book, and also have some like uh, for every test have like 2-3 A4 papers and make some short notes for the questions and for the concept you were not aware, or you did mistake in that particular question. So that particular concept, that particular part of that concept, right? So do make and do mention that in short notes and attach with your question paper, right? So question paper plus this 2-3 A4 sheets, and this will be a good revision material for you at later stage, right? This will be short notes, right? So by doing this, at least I think if you started by 10th April, suppose, and if I will give some leeway period also, like 10 days, suppose, if any work comes or anything. So after that also you will, I think, get 20th April to, but anyhow, if any thing is missed, but do start test papers from 1st April onwards, right? Because conceptual clarity is there. Do start papers and side by side read current affairs, and if current affairs you can able to finish in 10th April and you are on time, so you can start papers, doing papers after 10th April, right? So in that way I think 25 to 30 papers you will able to solve, right? Till suppose, and the May will come 15th May onwards, right? In 1 month you can solve it, and just solve some full length papers, all India papers basically, and you can see your rank, right? Just for try to solve these papers in UPSC kind of environment, right? So this way what will be there, what we have learned in this particular session, I will summarize. First, reading books. First, reading books need peace of mind, and this is the time to have this particular task, because you have ample time, so that much pressure is not there, so there is peace of mind. So you'll able to clear your concepts now, you'll able to read some facts, you can able to make some tricks, right? The second will be your current affairs. So if you have done your current affairs, like you are regular newspaper reader and you do read monthly magazines, it will be easy task for you, right? So this time you can save. Otherwise also I have given you plan, right, that you can do. Third thing will be your question papers. Now along with question paper, basically you will revise. This will be the good revision material. So I think if any standard test series you take, 2 times revision will be there, static portion, and along with that current affairs questions will also be there, so that current affairs will also get revised, right? Okay. And so, and obviously one paper per day will be initial, some 10 to like one go of revision, you will have that one question per day. Otherwise after that you can increase your pace and you can start reading current affairs again, revision of that current affairs or the books, suppose some portion is missed. In that way you can cover it easily, and this is time not to give you shortcuts, this is time to do in this holistic manner, and this will cover your, this will ensure you to get a rank, right? So this should be your approach for now. Okay, so I'm ending this video here. Do comment me your doubts, and I will be coming with further videos in latest. Thank you.